Hey, my loves. So, we're coming up on a full moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius rules our beliefs and the stories we tell ourselves, the stories we believe we are living or we believe we can live. And that's a double edged sword because, especially with us coming into the moon passing over the south node and then going into this full moon in Sagittarius, it's dealing with the past and these stories of the past that we hold on to. And that's another thing. The dispositor of this full moon is going to be Jupiter, which is still conjunct the North Node, which Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sag. It is that energy of, the stories we live and the stories we want to live and the expansion and the experiences that happen when we actually go out into the world and decide what we want to do and to commit to doing it and to seeing it through. And this is a trial and error energy on one hand, and on the other hand, what we're letting go of are these memories and these stories from the past that are keeping us in these old patterns, that keep us in these old viewpoints about ourselves that isn't in alignment with who we know we are and who we know we can become or who we feel we are becoming. And this is dealing, heavily with subconscious patterns. We still have that fixed grand cross with Pluto, and this is also involving the North Node and Jupiter together, which again is dispositing that this full moon that we're heading into. And so it's very important right now not to get caught up in dabbling too much into the past. We're being given a leg up in terms of letting those stories be what they are and be very accepting of perhaps mistakes we've made or things we've done, things we've said that make us cringe or don't make us feel good, and allowing those things to be in a space of that's who I was in that point, and having compassion for that person that we were, and understanding that all of this was building up and leading up and the lessons we needed to go through in order to come to the point we are now. And the point we are now is actually living that story we want to see through by taking manageable actions to see it through. And it's a beautiful time. I've been feeling, at least for the past 6 weeks, a lot releasing, and it's felt very strange. It's felt like perhaps I need to be doing something, but I didn't have you know the willpower to do anything, and feeling on one hand my ego trying to get me to move, and feeling on the other hand my body getting me to slow down. And the body wins. When my body says something, that's what I prioritize, and I highly recommend it, because the mind, while it's highly useful, essential even, it can be tricky. It can be a trickster. It can talk us out of things. It can put things in our mind to keep us in the familiar, especially if the familiar is something we are staying in because we're fearful of the unpredictability or the non-guarantees of the future. And we're being reminded with this Sagittarius energy we're heading into, it's, the full moon in Sag is saying the only way to find out, the only way to know is to have those experiences and to really honor the lessons and not get down on ourselves. Or if we feel like, things didn't pan out the way we wanted, or we made a mistake, or, we dropped the ball in some way, not attaching that experience onto our psyche as that's part of us, but understanding that these experiences are what build character. It's what builds the understanding of what we value and what we want for ourselves. And that experience also gives us the wisdom to know what to do in the future, and to have that experience under our belt to move forward, even if it didn't pan out the way we wanted, or we're disappointed by the results, or we're disappointed by how we did or what happened. It's not about attaching to those things, but actually having a healthy level of detachment, Pluto and Aquarius, so that we can actually have that big major transformation that wants to come through. And again, this is going back to the stories we want to live, the stories we feel we can live, and really honoring the past and honoring how it got us to where we are, but not letting it keep us down or keep us into old pattern by over identifying with it. This is about identifying with those creative things that come through our heart that we see for ourselves. And we said, yes, that's what I want. I want that. And even if it feels a far way off, having the curiosity, the playfulness, and the the love to actually go in and take those steps and see what happens. And that's a beautiful way to play out this Sagittarius energy, is to go out and see what happens, and to not get so caught up in the results, but be in the experience and allow things to blossom on their own and blossom the way they want to, and to trust that this is all guidance getting us to where our hearts are guiding us and where we want to go. So I hope this message resonates. I'm sending love and wishing you well. Bye.